Again, I can't tell if this thing is recording. Lyme and the full moon. A lot of people don't realize this, but whenever the full moon comes around, people with Lyme disease, the sperchetes actually reproduce inside of our bodies, which is disgusting, but that's the God's honest truth. Um, when it's come to a point where it's crossed the blood-brain barrier, it can cause our neurological symptoms to flare. It causes brain inflammation, and it causes emotional issues. And of course, the crazy was strong with this one during this phase. I don't always get it. I am on medications, but it's like my doctor explained to me that if you have mental disorder, the medications target certain receptors in your brain. When it's Lyme induced, those receptors are different, so it doesn't really, it doesn't really help. Your medications don't. They may calm down your system, your nervous system, things like that. But they don't target the receptors in your brain that help control your emotional symptoms. And I hate that. I don't like being out of control. And you saw the video with my jerks and where I stutter my words and things like that. And then, all the issues emotionally and frustrations and stuff from being sick. Whenever you go into your Lyme brain flares, it can all come out, and it always doesn't come out in good ways. Like last night, I cried myself to sleep, and there's no reason for me to be crying. Am I in pain? Yes, I'm in a lot of pain, but that's every day. You try and encourage people, you try to be a good person and be there for other people who are going through the same issues, but it's not easy whenever you have no control over yourself, and I don't like not being in control. So yeah, anybody, but that's any sickness though, you know, solar storms, full moon, barometric pressure, all of that affects people in different ways, whether you have arthritis or, lupus or pain in your body. This stuff affects us, and, I'm embarrassed. I don't like not being in control of my body. I don't like not being in control of my emotions. Now, I didn't do a video while I was in the middle of my emotional issues, because that's really embarrassing. I try to hermit myself. I try and stay away from other people when I'm like that so I don't embarrass myself, but I kind of didn't stay off Facebook this time, so I need someone to take my devices from me when I'm like that. So I don't embarrass myself, but people need to understand what goes on and that it's not our fault. So like I said, I take medications for emotional issues, trauma and PTSD and anxiety and stuff, but it's a totally different receptor in my brain than what the Lyme has damaged, so they don't help me. And I just want people to understand that. So if you love someone with Lyme, if you're a caregiver, if you're on the outside looking in, if you're suffering from Lyme, don't be so hard on yourself. But to the caregivers, thank you. for standing by the ones that you love that are suffering with this disease. Um, I know it's very, very hard on the caregivers as well because you're not experiencing it, but you're watching something that you don't understand. And hopefully, the government will eventually give us some research for funding for this, and that future generations don't have to have their lives stolen the way a lot of us have. And yeah, so this is kind of just what I wanted to say right now. And I feel like I'm finally coming down off of my emotional roller coaster, but my symptoms are still, they're not, my neurological symptoms aren't as bad as far as my stuttering, but my vision's going in and out. I'm still having the zapping and the numbness and tingling all over my body, the headaches, the dizziness, all the other crap is still here, which that's a normal daily thing. I'm just ready for this moon to move on, and I'm just ready for it to move on, and all the hurricanes coming don't help. But if you know someone just with Lyme and some when co-infections or any tick-borne illness, just I pray that you're just understanding and stand by them, and because nothing is permanent, so we'll get through it. We just need others to help encourage us, and sometimes you don't have to do anything but just be there. Just let us know we're loved. That's the hardest part, is not thinking you're loved a lot of times, because people don't understand and they walk away from you. So anyway, I just wanted to explain that part, and I hope everybody has a good day. I know my YouTube channel is boring, but honestly, a life with Lyme disease is not very exciting. If I could go video myself skydiving or bungee jumping off of bridges, I would, but that's not in the cards for me right now. So this is what you get if you want to learn about it. All right. Have a good day. Please pray for me and everyone else suffering during this time. It's greatly, greatly appreciated.